Welcome back to the world's most dangerous podcast, Not So Common NSC. Man, it's weird doing it by myself right now because my boy always does like NSC after I do NSC. After I do the intro, he always backdoor me and do NSC, but he's out of town right now doing work.
He didn't want to come?
Nah, he got a new job and he has to go to different states. And it's like he says like a supervisor for construction sites, but it's like a temp job. So
Gotcha. So
Yeah,
he'll be back.
yeah, he was in St. Louis, then he came back, and then 3 days later, he had to go to Colorado. So kind of like, it's weird doing it by yourself.
I'm sure it is. I mean, who do you talk to?
Myself.
Imaginary person on the other side of the microphone.
Yeah, and it's boring. I'm not gonna lie. Me doing it by myself is super boring. It is boring as hell. And I know the audience is like, man, click.
Why don't you just like put someone on Zoom or something and then like at least have like a call-in?
Oh, shit. What if I knew how to do that shit?
Seriously. How'd you get through the pandemic and not know how to go through Zoom?
Everything was on Zoom then, so yeah, I probably should have learned that shit.
Yeah, probably should.
But now hopefully he'll be back. You know, we got, what's a new holiday coming up? It's what?
Labor Day?
Yeah. Is it Labor Day?
I mean, September.
So he should probably be back before then. So he's cool. Like he's entertaining. Put it like that. He's from Louisiana. Entertaining. It's a cool dude, for real.
Well, you got us until he comes back.
Which, if y'all didn't show up, I was gonna talk some shit about y'all on here. I was gonna talk some shit. So
we're on our way.
Yeah.
I figure. I mean, we're gonna show up if unless I say something otherwise. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. No, I was like, that's why I kind of moved the camera here first, like in front of this couch, just in case. But I was like, you know what? Let me give some time. So
it's just running late. Yeah, I
it happens.
It
happens. Ain't nothing
like
wrong
always.
with that.
Coordinate with me.
Yeah, because I sent
We'll get it taken care of.
I sent the group text.
Right?
And I was like, nobody responded. And I'm like,
I did not.
Fuck.
I don't think I've seen the group text.
You didn't see it? The group text, yes.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
I don't think I have it, or I didn't see it.
I saw
I don't know. I sent
So that's why. Otherwise, yeah, I would have responded.
That's why I was like, when you were like, where are you going? Whatever. Married life.
Yeah. That's the topic we're here for. Married life. Married life. Can men and women, married women have opposite friends?
I was gonna say, like, can men and women, if there's somebody that's maybe attracted to the other person, can they still be friends?
Wait, hold on. That's different.
So
I thought it was
on the way down here. I wanted to find out what is the question, because depending on how you word it, it can be all kinds.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I have a few questions then.
What's up?
Let's do this then. My first question. Okay, so let me. I'm going to tell you my story. This is the reason why this originated real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to tell like the mini version of the story.
Spill it.
So I was hanging out with a friend, and he was a coworker once upon a time, and we had worked together for a few years. And we used to hang out, go to happy hour together. Everything's cool. We were drinking buddies and we were just friends and we talked all the time. And well, not even all the time. I wouldn't even say that, but we're acquaintances, but we were cool.
Yeah.
Nothing ever, ever awkward. Nothing ever, nothing ever even in the gray zone of any kind.
Right.
But then the last like 6 months, it's just kind of been weird. I'd be like, hey, you want to go and meet up? And he'd be like, or he wouldn't talk to me, or I don't know. He just wasn't, when I said something to him or asked him a question, he'd give me a one-word response. And I was like, this is getting weird. I was like, are we cool? He was like, yeah, we're cool. And so we ended up being in the same area of town. And so we hung out, and he said, well, I need to tell you the truth. I wasn't honest with you.
Right.
And he said, I'm in love with you. Ugh. And I was like, what? And he's married.
And he knows you're married?
Yeah, he knows I'm married with a kid. He's married with a kid. And I was like, what are you saying? So anyways, I listened to him and, was nice about it. And then we kind of was like, we were just going to stay friends. And then the next day we were talking, and we were both at a work conference, and he said, you want to hang out? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. And I had a big suite and at this hotel room. So it wasn't like I told him I was just going to be chilling over there. And so I said, you can come over and just hang out. He said he'd be done at work at like 6 or 7. And so I was like, yeah, that's fine. It's not like you're hanging out in my, there's the bed right there.
Right.
Anyways, but but he ended up not getting out of work till like 8 or 9 o'clock. And then he said, is that cool? And I said, no, it's just getting late, He's like, no, come on, I just want to be friends. And I was like, all right, you can come over as long as you are not inappropriate. You don't get drunk. You don't try to sleep over. You don't try to touch me. None of that. Because if you do any of that, I will never speak to you again.
Right.
And then he goes, oh, well, I better not come over then. And I thought that was really shitty. I was like, what the heck? And so then my question is that, can you be friends with somebody if they're attracted to you? Was my first question.
So I don't think that was shitty though. I think he did the right thing because he knew himself and he shouldn't have came over.
He set the boundaries and he was like, well, I can't respect that, so I'm going to respect you beforehand and then back out.
Which is fine, but my question is, what's wrong with you men that you can't be friends with a woman if you're attracted to them?
Well, because
I want to go a little more general than that. What is wrong with people? Because
exactly. Because women are the same. Yes.
I got stories I can throw out there too.
Yes.
That same thing, similar situation. The point being though is define your question, because on the way down here in my head, I was like, all right, so what is the question we're going to talk about? Can men and women be friends? But that is not specific enough. Can a man and a woman be friends?
But are we just stopping at man and woman being friends, or are we talking about marriage, married women, men and women?
Let's start from the beginning.
Be friends?
Let's start from the beginning. Hold on. Let me start from the beginning then. So as adults, you meet somebody of the opposite sex, work, whatever. Do men and women as adults make friends for different reasons than we did when we were younger? Like when we were younger, we're just,
For sure. And you can't blanket statement everybody, but I would say in general, most people are making friends for different reasons when they get older because they got different life goals and perspectives.
Exactly.
There's more to it than just that. When you're, 22, you probably have a reason why you want to be friends with somebody of someone that you're attracted to. Let's not even say opposite sex, but someone you're attracted to. Things change, as you get older in your 40s. I'm sure as we get to our 50s, it will be a different outlook. So the question, if the question is it possible? The answer is yes.
Yes, it's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
And when you set clear expectations and boundaries and people are respectful, it works. Now, can that happen all the time? I don't think so. I think.
And I guess that's what I'm asking. Like, what's the norm here? Like, do most people struggle with this?
I mean, if you're attracted to a person, it's hard not to go after that. It's hard to just only be friends. I feel like you can even if you're attracted to somebody, you can respect a person who's I'm not attracted to you, and the other person is attracted. You can say, okay, we can do this. But a lot of times the person is so attracted to you that it's better for them to stay away. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I get that there's nothing wrong. Well, I respect the fact that they respect the boundary. It's just, I don't really understand.
Because you're not attracted to that person. That's why you don't understand. Yeah. If you're in his shoes, he see you every day. It's like, fuck,
I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
He's not paying attention.
I don't know. I mean, the question is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. Can it happen? Yes. I think it happens all the time. But conversely, I also think it also goes wrong all the time because there's so many people out there. And let's say one person, one individual could totally maintain a friendship with somebody that they're of the opposite sex or attracted to. In that case... But in another case, it may be too strong. And he'd be like, I think you stay away. Or she'll like, you know what? I can't help myself.
Which in the case of the person?
There's multiple situations to consider. But if your strict question is it possible for a man and a woman to just be friends? Absolutely.
Knowing you, I know anything is possible. I guess for the most part, if you're a man and you meet a woman, like say you're a married man and you meet a woman and you're attracted to her instantly, do you try to stay away from that person, not hang out? Because he told me, he was like, I've been in love with you from the moment I saw you.
Is he in a relationship?
Student?
No. It was a teacher.
Is he's in a relationship too and all that?
Yeah, he's
Or no?
married.
He's married too? Oh.
Yeah.
I think I think it's possible. It also kind of depends on that person's integrity.
Yeah. And there's some people,
doesn't
I've
matter
been in
what-
situations, I'm pretty sure when you guys are single too, like you can have a friend, a guy friend or a female friend that you weren't attracted to from the beginning, but then as you became friends in your conversation
And you get to know
and
them.
you get to know them, then all of a sudden like, God, I'm thinking about this person, you know?
Sure.
And then what do you do then?
It-
You know? Because they could be in a relationship and, you know, then should you tell this person? Should you stay away? Should you just, what do you do?
So what do you do?
I feel like you got to respect their relationship overall. I think you should. Now, if they're not married, like if it's just a boyfriend or a
Well,
girlfriend that you got, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not going to cross any lines.
here's an interesting question. So, a single person interested in somebody who is in a committed relationship,
Committed like
do they
married
have to
or?
care? Do they have to respect anything at all?
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
See,
good one.
do they?
I used to have
yeah.
They're not married.
That-
Do
that's
they
a
have to
very-
care at
yeah,
all?
that-
Now,
that's a good
once
one.
this person says, "Look, I appreciate expressing your feelings. This is where I'm at, and I'm already committed to somebody else." They have to respect that person.
Yeah.
Do they have to respect the sanctity
So-
of that marriage of the other person?
I think so. That if you have feelings for someone that's in a relationship, I think it's okay to tell them. But back when we first started dating, he would still have girls calling him at 3 a.m. And I'd be like, that's disrespectful. They know you have a girlfriend. It's 3 a.m. There's only one thing they're calling for. That's not right. That
Right.
is disrespectful. And I used to have a problem with those women. But if they genuinely have feelings and they're like trying to sit you down, that to me, like, you got to do that.
When you met me, I also managed bars and went to bed at 6 a.m. So that's not a fair statement. But when we became Facebook official, I
Yeah.
started cutting off all of those
Yeah.
ties because I knew those calls and text messages would continue. So I distanced myself to make sure that kind of thing would come because it would be inappropriate.
Yeah, and based on what your point too, like I always had this question when let's say you see on TV, the husband sleeping with the secretary or whatever, and they'll call the woman the homewrecker. But I was thinking about it. I was like, it's not her that's the homewrecker.
no.
She's not in the home.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? She
I
has nothing to
agree.
do with that.
I agree. And
So-
I think that's a little unfair.
Yeah,
Fair to everybody that's, in the end, the person in a committed relationship is the one
yeah,
making the mistake. It takes two to tango.
yes.
And if you're grabbing a new partner, you got to let the original partner know before you do that.
Mhm,
Into
mhm.
somebody else. I think it's unfair. Now, I do think the single person should have a little bit of respect for that,
Yes.
but I don't
What is-
think that they have to.
No.
I think it'd be nice if they did because they wouldn't want to be on the other end of that sometime. in the
I
future.
agree.
But I don't think they have to.
No,
I mean, is it wrong then?
I mean,
Are they ethically, morally wrong?
You know what? Go after what you want.
Yeah, but I've been on the other end. I had a female friend that was in a relationship, right? And she one day called me her best friend, and I had to tell her, like, I'm not your best friend.
Might be her best friend, but she's not yours.
No. But I told her, like, I don't need to be your best friend. Like, I told her, it's like, your man should be your best friend. This the one you should be telling everything to, not me, because I feel like that one of the issues with a woman or a man having opposite sex friendship is secrets and lies and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I think something you're telling another man or another woman and you keep it from your spouse, and then that spouse finds out,
Be
that
that.
trust is now,
Shouldn't
Yeah.
be there.
no matter if you're having sex with that person or not, it's now the trust is gone.
Well, I mean, what kind of secrets are we talking about? Like meeting up secrets or just confiding in somebody?
Even personal secrets should be.
A little bit of both. I mean, I think to her point is sometimes it's good to have somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
regardless of what
Right.
they're a female or male or opposite or of whatever you are. But I mean, secrets as in like, I need to work through these feelings until I can figure out what am my decision about those thoughts and feelings, then make a decision to bring it to that person. Like if it's going
Yeah,
on for
you talking about the
2
spouse, right?
years,
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
going on for 2 years, then I mean, obviously you're not having a confidant is not helping you any.
No, exactly.
Like It's a process, but you need to have a goal to it. It needs to, eventually you need to have a sit down with whoever it is.
I mean, sometimes you need to vent, and that's your way of like tolerating the situation.
Sure,
It's
but-
not bad enough that it needs to change. That's just the thing that you're, it's the,
Yeah. I think that's how things build up. If you're venting, there's a core issue
Mm-hmm.
you don't like. That needs to get worked out, because if not, it starts compounding,
Yeah.
and down the road you have a big explosion.
Right.
Or as our
What if
kid
it's-
would say, a explosion.
explosion. But what if it's not just one thing then? Like you just,
That's
Such
even
as,
more
like, what?
reason you need to talk
just
to your spouse.
there are just some things that you have, they say that one person can't fulfill all your needs. So maybe this person you have a stronger intellectual connection with, or you have a stronger, I don't know.
And you've told, let's just say, you tried that intellectual or whatever that's missing in your marriage, or boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And you tried to come with the other person, like your partner,
Yeah.
about it, and they're just not.
And it's just
changing.
not their thing, maybe.
But then you would know that before you got
that's
with
the
them.
thing.
Well,
Well,
I feel like there's got to be like, here's
There's
your
like a billion
core.
dimensions.
Sure, but it's also like, here's your core things you need to be able to connect with somebody you're going to
Okay.
spend the rest of your life with. And I don't necessarily care if anybody's got like my love for playing Call of Duty, because it's not that important,
Right.
Or, whatever, fascination with space. Like, that's my thing, and if that'd be cool, but it's not important. Like, yes, you got to emotionally and intellectually connect.
And that was
the
just an
core.
off the cuff example. So the
Right.
point is that just Call of Duty. So you should be able to play Call of Duty with a group of friends, go out and do y'all's thing, whatever
Sure.
y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's okay, right?
I
Men
think
and
that is
women.
okay. Wow. I don't know.
I
don't know.
You said men and women?
Yeah, like let's say it's a men and women's group.
So what if?
What's church?
What if I found an all-female Call of Duty crowd where we like
Yeah, exactly.
for 6
How would
to
it?
8
That's what I'm
hours at a
questioning.
time,
through the night?
right?
I mean,
Overnight LAN party. Like, should you and would you be cool with that? I think they're in the realm of possibility. It could be okay, but
if y'all are gonna
why push the boundaries?
Yeah,
y'all
exactly.
gonna emotionally connect over Call of Duty, then maybe y'all were like soulmates, because if that's what emotionally brings you together.
I think that might be a way to get through the door, to get to know
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
more.
No,
Exactly.
I understand,
And
but that's the point. All things are.
why push that boundary? Like, if you start getting too close, or if you sense that boundary is starting to get pushed, if you're committed, not just in a relationship, but if that person is committed to that relationship, why push that boundary?
Which circles all the way around to my first question is, should men and women be friends as adults?
The answer to that is yes.
Yeah, you
Friends
can
will
be.
there when you need them. I got a buddy who picked me up and my car died on Friday, and he's like, no problem, I'll come get you and wait with you until the tow truck comes, because I knew she had our kid and all that other stuff. And I was like, man,
I'm not
whether that
dude to
person was
dude,
male
yeah.
or
You said
female,
dude to do.
Yeah, dude to dude, okay. I'm asking
whether that was
if
a
it
male or a
were the-
female
if it
wouldn't
were
have mattered.
a 23-year-old woman, I'd have problems with that.
Now I have best friends like I'm cool with their wives. Like if something like that happened with their wife, they know that I could wait with them and help them out,
Correct.
and everything's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's the woman that we don't know.
We
You
don't
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't know.
that
Or
both
you've
of
met
us
once
don't
or
know.
twice
That's the woman. Like
Sure.
if especially if you're if your wife see you laughing louder than you laugh with her at another woman's joke,
Sure.
that's gonna cause some
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've seen him at a work event, and a woman was like, touching, and I was like,
Hey,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on
yeah.
there?
I'm like, hey, not
she's
right now.
young and
I'm
she's
trying to save us both
beautiful.
right now.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? So that's the thing. I mean, I'm not talking about you and some other guy. I'm talking about.
I mean, what do you think? Is it possible to you? Because I think it's possible, but
I mean-
I just think it's
Unlikely. That's
yeah.
probably more it. It's possible.
and that's what I think it is.
It's just unlikely.
The word. Let's stop talking about possible. I know it's possible, but I really think it's unlikely to meet.
Successfully maintain just a friendship level connection with somebody of the
Mhm.
opposite sex.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's a solid statement.
Yeah.
Unlikely, because there's too many other factors that get involved. Now, again, it all comes down to like integrity and intention and commitment. If both people are committed, then they can totally be friends. Totally.
Right.
But there's a lot of people out there that are a little shady, just a little
And
bit.
luckily you had the friend that was like, I'm gonna just stay away.
Yeah. I mean,
And that's friends you got to lose, unfortunately.
See, and I guess that's what the frustration is for me, is because I'm just like,
that person needs to come to terms with everything, and
that's my
have,
thing. Like, aren't I? And that's just it. That's what I'm kind of not understanding. Because I mean, I feel like I've heard this a few times, and I just don't understand it as a female again, or just I don't understand it because I can be around. I don't know.
I mean, you guys are married. Like, what was your feelings on that? Even knowing the story, did you know the guy or?
I've never met him. I've never met him. I know few details and of him.
Right.
So I mean, conflicted, right? Given we've been together for a decade now, so we've gone through some stuff, and conflicted because part of me says I don't want her to ever even try to be friends with somebody like that, right?
Feeling.
I don't ever want.
Yeah.
I don't, because and to me, again, if you sense there's stretching of that boundary where it might be crossed, avoid it, in my opinion, which is kind of what I have tried to do. I don't have any questions about any relationships that I have, work related or not, friends or whatever. Like, it doesn't go even next to that boundary for me.
Yeah.
Because if it does, I got other things to do.
Right.
I don't need more drama in my life. I'm going to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
Right. She thinks I might be a little oblivious at times, but
a lot of men are though, because we're not thinking about that.
Then I'm not worried about it, and I can have that friendship, and I can maintain relationships or whatever, and in my business, everybody is a potential client as well. So it's like,
yeah, that's not your focus, isn't on anything else but that,
right? So yeah, I do believe it's possible, and on the massive scale, though, I think it's unlikely. Like the majority. But I still think there is a significant portion out there that are able to do that.
And then plus we see, I guess, other people's relationships that aren't strong and they get caught up in that shit. And, and sometimes we see those as examples.
Part of the problem. You have people that don't have very much integrity or commitment, and they very easily get distracted with somebody else. Every couple of years are bouncing around, and that, I think, that's going to hurt your average of the overall population, of course, but like in general, though, relationships are hard. You've got to stick it out. You've got to work through things, and if you don't have that mentality, then nobody can be friends with anybody, because someone's got an agenda of some sort.
Yes, and you never know what the next person is thinking. They could try to be friends with you to get to her.
Absolutely.
or a woman could be friends with you to get to him.
Or approaching it with like, a scam kind of perspective on it, where you like build it up and play into it, or some other sinister alternative, or whatever motive, and that's even worse because you don't know. You think it might be directed at you, and it's really directed at your pocketbook or something.
So some people have a brain chemistry to where they're a little bit more spontaneous or impulsive, and I guess when I think of myself, I never think about myself lacking integrity. Like, I don't feel that way. I know other people would definitely probably perceive some of the things I've done or said as lacking integrity or, ethics. So I guess, is that absolute? Is it just relationships are hard?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement across the board. Relationships are hard, and when you take it to the next level, when you live together as a boyfriend, girlfriend, it gets a little bit harder because you got more levels to the dynamic.
Yeah.
When you get married, it's even more hard, and then you have kids, it's even more hard.
Yeah.
It continues to become more of a challenge. Hopefully you figured out how to work through those challenges, right? at the lower levels, like it's a video game, right? We go
Yeah.
back to the
Yeah.
Xbox and stuff or whatever. Like level 1, 2, and 3 seems hard at the time, but like it's really super easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through
Yeah.
levels 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, and like
Yeah.
the final boss level, and everything
Seriously.
gets super duper hard.
Yeah.
If you haven't learned those skills in the beginning, you'll never make it in the end. And I think that's part of the problem is people don't learn those skills, and so they just pull the
shit.
record, fail out, jump to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then some people even take it to the level of marriage, and they're jumping through marriages, which
Yes.
is unfortunate, and I understand very, very costly. So
Why do y'all think that is? Like, are we not?
as lawyers,
I think-
a lot of money.
What's crazy about today is that I mean, I'm single, being in dating and all that. It's the mentality is so different now. It's nobody trusts anybody. I don't care how much you like this person.
Seriously.
You would rather get them before they get you. You know what I'm saying? Or you, like if something's gonna happen in a
Well,
relationship,
okay.
Cross you,
yeah,
maybe you'll cross
you
that
you don't,
person.
but you might be in love, you might be liking each other, but is this person cheating on me, or what is this person like? It's out there like that.
And so, is that the presumption, the first presumption that that's the way things are, that it's going to be like that? That
Yeah,
they're
because it's a competitive world out
I
there,
think it's
just in
the
life.
overall general caution.
People are guarding their hearts a lot more right now because, you know,
If you don't, you're gonna get burned pretty
yeah,
easily.
and a lot of people they fall in love so fast these days and move into it with each
Totally.
other, and they're not ready for that. You know,
yeah. No, I feel like that's the step now. It's like you play house for a while.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
that's the test of the relationship. But I think that's what people do. Like people just move in together.
I feel like it's nothing wrong with moving in together. Eventually, like
Yeah, no,
know each other
eventually,
first.
yeah.
But a lot of people, you know, they meet each other, have sex, and then now they're moving in the next day.
Yeah, a few
And
months
it's like-
later. I mean, you're moving in together, and
It's like I don't even know you right now.
yeah, yeah. But
Are you a
and
slob? Are you a toothpaste
hey,
tube squeezer? Or are you like gonna roll it down? And,
Yeah,
you know,
it's-
and over or under on the toilet paper? Like
and-
some people, it really irks them.
yeah, and but you don't know that, and you moved in with this person so fast, you don't even know how they live.
Yeah.
You didn't been to their apartment or whatever. You don't know what they're into.
and we were just hanging out with someone yesterday, and he's young. He's like 20, and he's got this girlfriend, and they've been together maybe close to a year, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And her parents, she was a virgin apparently before they got together. She is of Moroccan descent. She is Muslim.
Okay.
And apparently her parents disowned her because she decided to move in with him. And he is a
What is he?
wasp.
Oh,
White kid, blonde hair, blue eyes, total wasp.
yeah.
So-
They should have disowned her. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
right.
playing.
That's why I said that's
Nah,
brown
I'm just
territory right there. but yeah, so they moved in together very early, or pretty early. I mean, they've been together way less than a year. And so I was talking to my friend. This was her stepson, and I said, this is her first major relationship. She lost her virginity. She's moved in with him. I was like, this is a train wreck that's going to occur.
Yes,
Like, he's
because
just
you already
not
said
even
with the
know if he's
Muslim descent. and all that.
Exactly,
So it's-
exactly.
They supposed to have
you
picked
know,
her husband
is he-
for her.
Is he done with the divorce? No comment. Okay.
Oh shit!
Um,
Yeah. But they're thinking like we were supposed to pick your husband.
Right. So it's just like I just feel like that I don't. Is it economics? Like, why is this happening? Is no one teaching kids how
I
to?
do
have
think
sex?
economics plays into it a lot because combined income, you can like actually afford a place to live nowadays because
That's
it's
true.
so expensive.
Mhm.
It's financially advantageous to combine forces, but it's more than just that, man. It's way more than.
You said what?
Yeah,
They're 20, in their
Yeah,
his
they're probably
20s.
early 20s.
You
Early
got to
20s.
get to know somebody.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna
they're
need, like personal space like that. You got to know.
yeah. But I think with early 20s, it's all about. Now you got some in-house. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're just lazy, is what?
Yeah,
you're
you got
saying.
some in-house there, and it's like you gotta go, and I got a girl. I'm going through all these emotions, feelings, and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I just say, I mean, I truly, truly believe this, that the world has done a disservice to women, that there are all these movies that romanticize what relationships are supposed to look
Oh,
like, how
it's a
men are supposed to
mess.
treat women, how that you're supposed to get married and have a baby like that. It's the most
Oh.
fucked up fupa
Yeah.
that
There's no
they,
happily
they
ever
teach.
after.
No, there
It
is no
doesn't-
such
you,
thing.
You don't meet
There's
somebody
no.
and love at first
No.
sight.
No.
No.
It is.
It's lust at
It's
first sight. A lot of lust at first
work.
sight.
It is
It's
work.
work.
You've got to work through things and communicate. It sounds so simple. The
It's so
core
cliche,
basics
but-
of all of it
Oh.
is communication is key.
Oh,
If you let something fester, then it's gonna explode, and that explosion might be enough to break it all apart. But you gotta talk, you gotta communicate, and it's. I mean
But
that's
no one does.
and that's,
Yeah, but
that's
let-
relationships in anything. It's
Yeah,
marriage,
yeah.
it's friendships, it's work relationships, it's your boss. Like you gotta
Gotta work through, fight through things.
yeah, and have commitment to it.
Yeah, but that's the question I have, especially with relationships. They say you got to work through things, you got to fight for your relationship, all that, and I'm like,
You do have.
I've been in fights before.
You do.
How
have-
hard-
When somebody's
Hard.
fighting, when they say use words like fight, somebody's playing defense, somebody's playing offense. So,
But
So
that's
what does
not
that mean?
true.
one thing early on, we started setting the rules of engagement,
Mhm.
right? And
Which really was, I think, great. One thing we did.
yeah,
well.
you set the rules of engagement here. Like for instance, if you had to swear, it was never directed at that person, right? There was no name calling,
yeah,
putting the other person down. You can swear in anger, right?
right.
And if you need to take a time out, come back to it, cool down.
Like they can't say you're an idiot, but they can say this is stupid.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. Don't say things like you're stupid for thinking that or saying that.
Yeah, right.
I don't agree with this because that seems really stupid to me is a little bit different, but it's not directed at the person.
Mm-hmm.
And you just learn to fight productively. In fact, early on, some of the fights, because we weren't communicating very well, got a lot of the, frustration out quickly
Mhm.
Yeah.
so we can find out really what's going on so we can fix it
Yeah.
or try to fix it
Mm-hmm.
and then move on.
I think one of the most life-changing things for me as an adult was at the point where I said, okay, Laura, do you want to be right or do you want to move forward? And that's in everything in my life. You're at a crossroads. You can sit here and preach to someone who does not think you're right. So are you going to sit here and stew in that?
Yeah.
Or are you going to come up with a solution? And when I started to do that, and I did that in my work and I did that in our relationship, and I think we both do that when we have a disagreement, we're not really looking, we do try to talk it out a little bit, but we do get to a point where like, okay, all right, where are we going to go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just no point of rehashing this. So I think that was life-changing for me.
Yeah, I think for me, a lot of failed relationships for me was a lot of, I had the attitude of like, I don't care
Mhm.
on a lot, and that I've learned now is bad,
Yeah.
because a lot of women got mad at me because you seem like you don't care, and it wasn't like I didn't care. It's like,
you may not.
yeah, I just thought it was so,
General.
I just thought whatever she was saying was so stupid, and I was like, I don't want to cause something, just let it go, whatever. And they just want some emotion
They need
back.
engagement.
But it's like, I'm not going to come at you with emotion. I'm just come back at you with something that makes what you're saying sound stupid. And that's what's going to make it even worse.
But
A lot of women just go on emotion so
So-
much.
But that's the other thing is I think it's really important to look at what's right about what they're trying to say because they may not be saying it in the right way, but they're
I had to learn that. I get what you're saying.
That's
what I had to
figure it
learn.
out.
Yes.
Where's it coming from?
They're not stupid.
words-
I'm just not understanding. Like they're saying something that I'm just not getting.
Exactly. The actions are not in isolation. They're often a reaction to something else. So yeah, they're coming at it wrong, but look at it in a larger
Less
scope.
effectively, not necessarily wrong, but
Yeah.
Less effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to learn that a lot.
does this all kind of help answer your original question? Does this wrap it up to like say, can men women be
I mean,
friends?
The answer is always going to be yes. They can.
Yes.
But the answer is still, I know you don't want
But-
to hear it, possible.
I mean,
It's possible,
yeah,
but not
yes, but
likely.
unlikely. Is
No,
I think
yes,
what
but
my
unlikely.
answer is.
I mean,
Yes.
which is really sad to me because I feel like as adults, I'm glad that I've met Matthias. Like Matthias is a solid guy, and we're here now. However, many
I'm a
years
respectful
later.
person, too. Everybody's
You're a
not.
super respectful person.
yeah.
And that's the
Most
thing.
people are
And
not.
it's just like what you said. It's unlikely because as I like reflect back on those individuals, yeah, they're few and far between.
Yeah.
And I've had my share of women I've told, like, no, we're not friends. I'm not your friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for a friendship. I'm here
Yeah.
for something else.
Yeah.
I said that.
But then do that. But and then don't say, yeah, let's be friends. Like I love you, but we can still be friends. Then don't say that. Okay. Don't say you can be my friend. And then when I say let's go be friends, you be like, oh, never mind then. Because you
Yeah.
don't want that. Then be honest and say, you know what?
You know
we
what,
can't
though?
be friends.
But I think the rest of that sentence is right now. Maybe
Then
he
that's
has some
fine.
feelings that he needs to work through, and he
And
needs to
that's-
figure that out.
And then that's
You
fine.
know,
That's
and
fine. But that's not how it went.
of course,
You
I
know,
get
it just went with, oh, okay, I guess I can't come over then. Okay.
Jeez.
You know, so we can't
Yeah.
be friends.
And I feel like that's the right move overall. I mean, don't be in the...
And
in
I
a room
wasn't
with
mad at
another
that.
guy
I'm
anyway.
not mad at that. I'm just mad at the fact that I've lost a friend.
I
and
don't
it
think
just
I don't
seems
think
to-
you ever lose a friend. You may not talk to somebody,
Mhm.
but I mean,
And
look
that
at our
per-
mutual friend in San Antonio. Like there was a time when you were not going to talk to her at all
What
for
happened?
a while. For a while, we're talking like a couple of years, right?
Yeah,
Guess
we-
what? It came back around, and now
That's
y'all are
true.
really good friends.
That's
so
true.
I don't think you ever
That's
lose
true.
a friend
We took
unless
a-
you stop trying.
I got you.
Like a 4-year hiatus or
Yeah,
something like
Yeah.
that.
So it just depends. It really just depends.
That doesn't
But-
mean that you're not going to mourn that sadness.
for
That,
sure,
you know,
100%, 100%. But to answer your question, though, yeah, it absolutely can happen. I just think it's unlikely.
I just feel like now, if I meet someone, it's like, hi, you know, nice to know you. See ya. You know, I just feel like that's just,
But how much do you care? You're not I need a ton of friends. You're I have a really solid,
Right.
small group of friends.
yeah, well.
Yeah, that's how we
Not
get when we're
really
older. That's what we
anymore,
need.
But not really anymore. I mean, you know, it's spread apart now. I feel like I don't have that many friends at all anymore.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But you're not that kind of person. You're not.
But is it
have
many
a
or
ton of
quality? Is it the
friends.
quantity or quality of
I
friends
feel
you
For
like-
me, it's always been quality.
Yeah,
but
a
I don't
few
have
core
I
quality
don't have
friends.
quantity or quality these days. I feel like.
You got to get out though. You got to talk more. Pick up your phone and answer it.
No, that's a true
Your
story.
friends-
How
Oh,
are
yeah.
you with?
To talk
That's
to
true
you.
story.
But we're talking about men and women being friends. But how are you with female friends?
I mean,
Not many.
yeah, I've never
She doesn't
had
keep
many.
she doesn't like put effort into put the effort needed to stay in touch with, but she
That's
does
not
have
true.
she does have
So-
those friends that like it could be a year and you call them and it's like no time. has
So
Yeah, I got friends like that.
Yeah.
for me, it's always been one person at a time.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm close with one person, and so right now I'm not close with any one person. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've got a small core, but usually it's one. I haven't had a one. My one moved away.
Yeah.
I
You
think,
know,
I think as you get older, you'll find that a lot of people are going to disappoint you.
Yes.
When you're younger, I like to have a ton of friends of different
yeah.
interests, and
Yeah.
I go hang out with these guys, and they might be Call of Duty people. I go hang out with these are paintball people. I go hang out with these people. You know, these are my drinking buddies. Like
Mhm.
you have your groups, and I had a bunch of friends, and it just distills down as you get older. And if I bumped into them, it'd still be cool. But like, as it just distills down as you get older.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Some
nothing
people-
personal. You
Some
just
people do
have different interests.
whatever. Like some people do burn you a little bit, and so you're just like, all right, well.
now
The
we're
ones
hang-
that care, they're gonna stick around. They'll pick up the phone every once in a
Yeah.
while, and
and that's what it is now, and that's fine. You know, now it's awkwardly hanging out with Ryan's classmates' moms, which I hate.
Right? You're like, oh my
Oh,
God,
so
yes.
awkward.
forced
Oh.
friendships.
Yes, it's so awkward. So, but yeah, I guess that does answer my question. I think it's ridiculous. I do, but again, I haven't been on
But-
the other side.
That's what I'm saying.
So
It's
I
like, you
haven't
gonna think
been-
it's ridiculous because you aren't attracted to him. He's like going through crazy. He's going crazy like now.
She's like, yeah, it can be okay, no problem. I think that should be fine. But then if I'm ever like with another woman for like a client, woman, it's like, really, you've had like 3 of those in this past year.
Oh,
What's
man.
going on? And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is this double standard here? What is this double standard?
Yeah. Oh
So-
man.
It just depends. It just depends.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
Well,
enough.
that's cool.
See? We did okay today, right?
You're decent.
Pretty decent.
You're not sweating.
Wait till we play it back. We hear
Right.
crunching in the
I
background.
know, right?
Wait till the clips come out. Like, what did I say all that?
I know, right? Like certain people should not be seeing this, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
So how does it work? Like, what do you?
What with the?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I'll put out clips throughout the week, and then like Wednesday, put out the whole thing, and then do it again next week.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Okay.
It's
well,
it's
send us link.
wait till you meet Q. Q's cool. He's a musician.
Is that the guy that was out in the front?
That was on the
Oh
front.
no! Oh, the guy. Yeah.
He's
Like,
there.
Oh no,
yeah,
this
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
he's cool. I mean, shit, I'd had so many podcast partners, but he's been cool. Like the one to hold it down.
Yeah.
So he works out of town, so there's nothing we can
Right.
really do about it. But we're actually going to start another podcast with on Tuesday. So you know how sports all weekend.
hmm
So on Tuesday we're going to recap like sports and stuff, and also have a regular not so common podcast.
I was
So
gonna say the Tuesday.
count me out.
Yeah, he's not a sports guy.
I don't
No?
know.
and then on
Yeah,
Wednesday
but I don't
we're
know
going to have an
anything
all
about it.
real estate podcast.
Then Ethan, on Thursday,
Like
is
who sold what?
education.
Yeah.
We'll do mine.
Yeah, then Thursday is all teachers and principals
That's
and
right.
education, like what's going on with the world today.
Yeah. So next time, what I want to do is have you show me how to do this, and I don't know how I would
YouTube.
do it.
YouTube.
You just think I should YouTube it?
YouTube? Yeah.
What, to do a podcast?
This is a nice setup, but you can
Yeah.
do it with your laptop. You can get a simple microphone.
I
Or
like
you
this
could just do what you're doing now
background.
and talk.
Yeah.
See, I like this background though. Like it looks all professional.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I just don't like
Yeah.
this.
That location.
I wish
Yeah,
they'd
no,
just
I mean, it
take that off.
can be that simple. And you
I could
start your
decorate my
podcast
office.
off.
Oh, I've got a couch in my office.
We did a podcast with these girls called Hey Bad Girl, and all they did was talk about sex.
See, we can talk about.
That's
we can
all
do
they
that
talked
next
about was sex.
time.
Maybe
we
after
can talk about
Tuesday.
sex and marriage. Ooh,
Wait, what?
ooh.
Who sucks in marriage?
We could talk about sex and marriage.
Oh, sex in marriage.
Not what sucks in marriage, sex
I was
in marriage.
like, what?
I think we would be an entertaining couple to talk about that.
Mm,
Yeah.
Just in general. Do you want to tell them about Tuesday or no?
nope.
Wait, what? You gonna mention that when we got like 4 minutes left?
Well,
3
hey,
minutes left?
hey, people got to tune in next time to see what.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I
there's
know.
a cliffhanger. We're going somewhere on
uh,
Tuesday, and
no. No,
Wait, you're going somewhere this Tuesday?
no.
No.
we're on
It
a
may not be public
Tuesday.
knowledge. You know what I mean? You know,
Oh,
Yeah, gotcha.
Gotcha.
it may not be a publicized.
well, I mean, we're just going to this thing on Tuesday, and
I think I should
it
come
could
back.
be anything. It could be a movie. It could be a video store.
Sure.
and
Yeah.
whatever.
We also have It's so over there too. So yeah, nothing's happening on Tuesday.
And we won't have any stories about Tuesday later.
Well, this will be part one. We have a sequel coming up.
Yeah, there we go. So part 2, marriage and sex.
But I mean, I want to also talk to both of you guys about your careers too one day. Like,
Okay.
Easy.
I think it's cool. I think real estate is something that everybody wants to know about.
Easy.
And then education,
Really?
of course.
Talk about that because there's so many
'Cause-
different aspects of it and what's going on and what affects it.
Exactly. And people don't know that
You
stuff.
go down, like the stock market has so much effect on people.
Yeah.
Because like
Interest
their
rates.
retirement accounts, seemingly have tanked and then this slowly comes back up. And, all of that affects whether or not they want to make a major purchase. And there's a ton of facets to why someone would or would not make those decisions. And
I mean, shit, I'm down with that. Then I read something today about education. I wouldn't mind talking to you about one day too. So we'll talk about it. But
Okay.
you guys want to share any information, any Instagrams, any Facebooks you want people to follow you at? Because
Yeah,
it's going to be shared.
sure. So I have my own education business, and I help kids get through high school, and I try to get them into a higher education Of course, we help kids that go to college, but more importantly, we help kids look at other options, options that don't cause debt, that will get you into a career, not just a job. It's a career. There are 6 million people unemployed right now, but there are over 10 million jobs. It's all about skill-based training, and I help kids go into that pathway. So we help all kids. The goal is 100% graduation and into higher education. And we do job programming. I'm also about to partner with Pearson, which is one of the number one education companies. And so my website is Breakthrough Potential, BREAKTHROUGH, potential.com. So check us out. If you have a high schooler, give us a call. We will help them find out a good career and a pathway to get there.
Nice.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm in residential real estate, so if anybody's interested, all you have to do is Google my name, and you'll find all.
Google me, bitch.
all kinds of ways to contact. We want to make sure we're accessible out there.
Oh my God, there's so much information on you.
Just gotta,
I Googled you.
You don't have to look very hard. I mean, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Yeah, I mean,
Villaflor.
Matthew Villaflor with Compass Real Estate. So it's not too difficult. But yeah, I mean,
success on this podcast right now.
Let me know. I love to talk about it, and I like when I meet somebody that wants to know about it, because then I get to talk about it.
Yeah,
and the information. My approach is I want someone to have all the information they need.
Yeah,
they can make an intelligent decision for them and their family.
And that's why he's so good at what he does, is because he's not a salesman. He's a coach. He's a life coach. Like, he will let you know, are you ready? And if not, this is how. Let's wait.
Yeah.
Give you honest.
I mean, I know I'm not ready, but I still want to know. Like, I feel like I can learn. So I have no clue about anything. So
I mean, he's read all these books.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, financially, sound in his plans. He teaches people that, and it's
yeah.
I mean, if you want someone honest and someone's going to be truthful, help you.
I talk myself out of a deal more often than I do. I will never talk somebody into buying a house. I really won't. Because if I have to convince you, you're not ready.
Right.
You tell me why you should buy this house, right? And I'll help you execute.
See, a lot of people don't give a shit about it. They don't care nothing about that. They just sell money, dollar sign. When you walk in there, they saying a dollar sign.
That's my point.
See, and that's why I listen to him on the phone. He will pick up your phone call at 1 a.m. and talk you down when you're upset, I mean, and it's not even his clients on the other side. It doesn't matter. Like, he is truly like a people's person. I mean, that's why he's so good at this job. So I mean, I would bet on him every time. Like, if you
this
don't
is
like
a good man-woman friendship right here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say mine. Follow us at Not So Common NSC on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. It's all Not So Common NSC. You can follow my personal Instagram, Matthias_Dreamer, and Facebook, Matthias Wilburn. As always, you know who I am. You're gonna follow anyway, so I'm not even worried about it. Subscribe to the podcast. All right, guys. Peace.